Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan video, and today we're going to look at two Rainbow full level 10 Link units, and we're going to look at this Goten and the Trunks that EZA'd along with him. These two units are absolutely crazy, which you're going to see in the showcase here today. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to review their abilities and passives, and then I'm going to talk about my team build, and then we'll jump right into the showcase, okay? So the leader skill, not really relevant at all. But the passive and super attack effects are really good on these guys. So for Goten's super attack effect, it's supreme damage, and he raises attack and defense for 6 turns. So a 6-turn stack is nothing to slouch at. It's stackable for at least a few rotations, and you're going to see that play a huge effect. So it's not like an infinite stacker where they can just go crazy forever and ever, but with the stats that these guys can put up, a 6-turn stack is really insane. The passive, he gets attack and defense plus 100 at the start of turn, plus an additional 100% attack when performing a super attack. That's very relevant because when you get attack on super, it's greatly amplified by support units. So you're going to notice these guys' attack stats really jump on support units because of that 100% on super attack. He gets an 18% crit chance and reduces damage by 18%, and he's an 18% attack and defense support to all allies if there's an ally whose name is Trunks Kid in the same turn, or if you just have a Krillin or 18 on the team. I'm going to have all 3 of those satisfied on this team, so he's always going to have that. Okay? In terms of how you should build these guys, I really recommend you go as much additional as possible. So you can see mine has 20 additional. The crit really comes from the skill orbs. Since he's an AGL unit, you can't get additional on the silver and bronze slots. And then the gold slot, I had just given him another one with crit. In reality, I should have given him combo attack on the gold slot. That's what I'd recommend. If you can get him up to like 23 combo attack, that would be really, really good. You can see I've got full level 10 links here, and the thing that's really crazy about this Goten and Trunks, they're just like regular banner units that pretty much all players should have if you've been playing for at least a year or longer, just because they're generic banner units that are on every banner, okay? Look at all the teams that are on. They are good on all of these teams because for the most part, for most of the teams, you can run them together, and as long as you can pair him up with another Trunks and run him together, they're insane. They're absolutely insane. You can even run him without a Trunks. If you put a Krillin or 18 on the team, even without a perfect linking partner, he's going to do just fine, as you're going to see in this video here, right? So we'll look at the Trunks quick. This is the Trunks we're looking at. Literally his passive and everything is exactly the same, so we don't even need to look at that. They're exactly the same. But just so you can see my build on my Trunks, so he has 17 combo attack and 14 crit. The reason why his isn't at 20 combo attack or 20 plus is because I did his potential system before his EZA. So what I would do is I would probably correct and give him more combo attack. Really, because they have crit in their passive, and since they stack for 6 turns, you just want to go all combo attack on these guys. The additional crit is fine because it just improves their chances, but combo attack is really what you want on these guys. So I was able to get him a gold combo attack on the top. So all I would have to do is fix his actual hidden potential. So if I get another dupe of Trunks that I don't need, I may decide to go in and fix it and give him some more combo attack. But you can see full level 10 links. So these guys are maxed out, and once again, you can see on a ton of teams, pretty good on all the teams, as long as you can put a Goten, Krillin, or 18 on there with them, right? Okay, so this is my team build. Now, I would say, well, let me go back into the teams. Like I said, they're good on all of these teams, but I would say their best teams are going to be like the Gifted Warriors team, Hybrid Saiyans, and Majin Buu Saga, to me, are like the best ones. Movie Heroes is also a good team. They just don't have a great leader yet. So if there's a new Movie Heroes leader coming up that's really good, I would say that would be a top tier team for them as well. I decided to run Vegeto's team for Battle of Wits and Majin Buu Saga, and the reason why is I wanted attack and defense 170, because I want to see their attack and defense at max potential. If I ran them on the Gifted Warriors team, I think that's only got a 130 defense, so I wanted to see the 170, and this is like a really good team. The other reason I wanted to run this team over the Gifted Warriors team is because you can't run 18 on that team, and I really wanted to run 18. She's a really good support that hits like a truck, and yeah, and then you have to run Krillin. So Krillin, for those of you that are unfamiliar with him, he's basically a 2-key 30% support for superclass allies always, but if he's on rotation with Goten or Trunks, he becomes a 60% support and 4-key, which is like unprecedented. The only support unit that can touch that is Vados. And for Vados, you have to be on like a lot of her categories, so she's only going to give that buff to like a very limited few units. But this Krillin, as long as you have Trunks or Goten floating around with them, it's pretty insane. So the way my team is going to work, we're going to do a rotation with Goten and Trunks. The 18 and Krillin are going to be floating around. We're going to do a rotation with Super Vegito and STR Vegito, and then there will be another Vegito floating around. So we'll get to see some rotations without support with that Vegito floating around, and then other rotations with support. So this will be a really good look at these guys. So you can see turn 1 here, this will be a really good example. So what I'm going to do is, you can see I've got Trunks on rotation 2. So I'm going to float Goten off to get them together, because this rotation's already set up pretty well. Now, my Vegito is not link leveled, and he's only at 1 dupe. What I'm going to do eventually is, when the friend unit floats back around, the friend unit is Rainbow level 10 links. I'm going to get that on with the Vegito and make that the main rotation, and then I'll float mine off later on. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to attack through. If Goten gets an attack, great, but if not, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to prioritize getting the rotation set rather than, oh, and I didn't even get him a super attack. Whoops. That's okay. I don't know that he's going to survive Vegito anyways, so it probably is irrelevant. Oh, actually, he might survive. That's okay. We're just going to attack through here, and we want to get him and the Trunks together anyways. Maybe Goten will do an additional super, and we can still see a super attack stat here. We'll see. Unless Vegito finishes. Almost. Okay. Additional? Nope. Okay, that's fine. That'll just give us an extra turn to get them on rotation. And actually, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to float the friend Vegito off. Let's check out what Trunks... So this is turn 1 defense is 125k. So that's not bad for turn 1, but once again, we're not properly linked, and we haven't stacked at all. So you're going to see their defense is going to get kind of insane. Android 18 is at 118k defense, which isn't bad as well. So let's get Trunks a super attack, and he's going to stack with this as well. So that's really good, and the Goku should die from this attack. So turn 1 with just 18 support, not really linked well, 2.89. I'm going to tell you this right now, like that near 3 million attack stat, that's pretty much their floor. Like, that's the low end of what these guys are going to do. So that's pretty impressive, considering we haven't even had them properly linked up or anything yet. Alright, so this rotation here, Strength Vegito is getting 30% support from Krillin. He's at 116k defense. So by the way, that banner unit Trunks had higher defense than this LR DOKKANFEST Vegito turn 1. Just throwing that out there. Now this one isn't Rainbow though. This is the one that's not link leveled. But what is really crazy about the Goten and Trunks though is that these are just regular banner units that have been available for years. Most players that have played the game for any amount of time are going to have them. And so this is one of the big things I love about Dokkan, is how they support player loyalty. So they reward players for playing a long time and not re-rolling, because then you build up accounts with all these banner units, right? And they give them these just absolutely insane EZAs, and they're legitimately as good as LRs and DOKKANFEST units. And you're going to see the Goten and Trunks, once we get going with them, what I'm exactly talking about with that. So here's a rotation where they're linked up together. We've got 18 supporting. Trunks is at 211k defense, and Goten's at 150k without stacking. So this is like pretty darn good, right? 200k defense. Like, he's not going to take anything from the Goku. So let's have Goten attack. Well, so Trunks is probably going to finish him off here. But let's see this attack stat here with 18 supporting. Yeah, 5 million. You think 5 million's pretty good for like a little banner unit? By the way, the Trunks and Goten are mini 18% supports as well. So they're technically like a support unit that's hitting 5 million attack stat. Yeah, alright, so let's get the friend Vegito. You can see the friend Vegito's level 10 links and he is rainbowed. So let's get him going on there. Now, we're going to see them attack with Krillin on rotation next turn. We're going to get a pretty nasty attack stat, and we're going to make some comparisons to other units, and you'll just actually understand how good these units really are. I'm hoping we can take out Goku here, because I want a fresh Goku next turn so we can hopefully get more than one attack in. That's the other thing, is Goten and Trunks hit so hard that it's like you just blitz through the event so quickly. If we can get some crits here, that would be good. Nope. If Vegito can get me some crits, I really want this Goku to be finished off. We need some crits. That's like with these counter units. You have to give them a lot of crit, because without the crit damage, they don't do a lot on their counters. Alright, hopefully that'll be enough. If my Vegito can take this Goku out, that would be fantastic. I might need an additional super or crit here. Okay, good. Alright, we're going to have a fresh Goku here. Alright, this is what we call the Big Daddy rotation right here. Krillin is supporting 60%, by the way. Let's look at this. Oh, 314k for the Trunks. Now, keep in mind, the Goten's only at 172, but he hasn't stacked yet. Because these units are basically identical, assume whatever Trunks is doing here, Goten's going to do the same. So for now, because the Trunks has been stacking, I'm going to kind of lead with him so that we can see what he's doing on a stack. But remember, Goten is the exact same unit, so they both have the exact same potential here. So, notice how Krillin doesn't even link at all? Doesn't matter. His support is so crazy, it does not matter. So let's see Trunks with linked up. And by the way, they're sharing 6 out of 7 links. Goten's going to have all 7 because Krillin's adding a link on. Or how is he getting all 7? Oh yeah, he's getting Kamehameha from Krillin. Yes, so Trunks doesn't have Kamehameha. That confused me a little bit. So Kamehameha doesn't trigger until the super attack is active. So Krillin actually is linking with Goten even though he's not showing it. Okay, so Goten's going to have all 7 links, but he hasn't stacked yet. But let's see what these guys can do on their optimal rotation. And this is realistic, by the way. This isn't like a setup. Oh, 6 million, you say. Almost 6 million attack stat. Oh, additional for 6.35? That sounds pretty good. Pretty good. And Goten doesn't even get to attack. Keep in mind, so this Goku is stronger than the Goku on the previous rotation. We had a triple Vegito rotation, and we struggled to kill that Goku in one turn. Trunks didn't even give the other rotation members a chance to attack. That's pretty darn good if I say so myself. So let's make some comparisons here. That Trunks was what? A 300k defensive stat. He attacked for over 6 million. Let's compare to some units, right? So on JP, the Int LR Gohan just got his EZA. Brand new EZA, right? Defensively, he's like, with support on rotation, he's in the like 250k range. And his attack stat on an average turn is like 5 million. That Trunks just output better than both of those stats. So he just output better than a brand new LR EZA on JP, which is pretty insane. Now, I don't know if I'll get the same attack stat in this video or not, but I'll be honest, I'm actually recording this video for the second time. For some reason, my first video just failed to record. But in that previous video I recorded of this, I had a level 10 links rainbowed STR Vegito. With his ideal rotation and support, he hit for 5.75 million. So this Trunks just very easily output that same stat, the same stats as a summonable DOKKANFEST LR from a major celebration. So just keep that in mind. Look at Trunks, 313k defense. So like I said, we're going to focus on Trunks and lead with him just because he's the one that's been stacking. But once again, Goten with stacks is going to be the same. So this Goten still doesn't have stacks. Now we're going to see a turn without support. The damage should drop quite a bit because they get really boosted from support. Still 5 million though. Without support, 5 million? And look at this. He's not going to give Goten a chance, is he? Oh, because he didn't crit. Goten finally gets a stack. So Goten is still 4 million without stacks. Keep in mind, I consider these basically free-to-play units. They're so common. They're in banners. I believe, now I don't quote me on this for sure, but I'm pretty sure they've been obtainable with the Gohan, with the Goku, Goten, and Gohan Day. I believe they did like tickets for those. I think they were obtainable with those. And they may have been on the Wish Strip banner at some point as well. Or possibly with like the free Dragon Stones. I don't know. I feel like they've been given away for free in some capacity. And keep in mind, like I said, they are so common because they've been on every banner for years that unless you're a brand new player, you've got these guys with dupes. And they're outputting DokkanFest LR level stats. Like, it's undeniable. Like, you saw it there, right? 6 million and 300k defense, right? And this wasn't like a crazy, like, I'm putting them with like a 50% support unit. Like, I'm not using like the physical 50% support Gohan and like a B-Pan active skill. Like, I'm not doing crazy stuff like that. I'm not like attack stacking with AGL Pan the turn before or doing like a Bardock support skill. Like, I'm not doing any of that weird stuff. Like, this is realistic teams and realistic rotations that you'd want to run. These are legitimately good units. That Android 18, I don't even think we've seen her attack yet, but she's over 3 million attack. The Krillin is a legit unit you want to run anytime you can, right? So this is like just natural, easy flowing 5 to 6 million attack stats. Very easy. Don't even have to think too hard. You set up the team and you just go to town. Alright, so here we are with the 18. Unfortunately, 18 is probably not going to see an attack here. But Goten with 1 stack, now 231. Here's Trunks maxed out at 352. Let's let Goten go first. And maybe, just maybe, Goku will survive so Goten can actually get another stack in. I kind of want to get them both with stacks so we can see them both like just doing crazy things. It's really going to take until UI Goku before he's going to be able to survive a few hits though. And that's the other thing. Yeah, 5 million. Pretty easy. 5 million there. He's not even fully stacked. Oh, that worked out perfect. 5.7 from Trunks. And now they both got some stacks in. Perfect. That's great. So the next turn is going to be like really good because they'll both have stacks. And we should have Krillin floating around with them. I would at some point like to get this friend Vegito transformed so we can see a turn with him. But like I said, I had him in my last video that failed to record. Full 24 key with support and the AGL Vegito next to him. And it was 5.75. This might hurt. Yeah, 150. That's good though. We needed to take damage so we can actually like transform. And the thing is Goten and Trunks defensively, like they can handle their own. Like they're not going to get us killed next turn. So we're going to be good, I think. The only risk we would have next turn of dying is if Krillin gets exposed. So I might have to use an item if he's attacking the 3rd slot on Krillin. We'll see. But yeah, it really takes UI Goku to actually be able to show off the Goten and Trunks and actually get like full rotation attacks. I still don't think 18's gotten an attack yet, by the way. She may have attacked like on a Vegito rotation and I maybe just didn't notice it because I was talking about something else. That's quite possible, but I want to see her attack on a Goten and Trunks rotation because that's where she's going to do a really nice attack stat. Because it's easy to forget while they're putting out their 5 to 6 million attack stats, they are 18% supports, right? Krillin's only taken 1 attack, so I feel okay just letting this go. But look at this. Goten now, 344k defense. Trunks is over 300k. Goten is absolutely going to take nothing from this UI Goku, so I am not afraid. Oh, shoot, the Dokkan attack. We're going to heal up. All right, that's fine. Vegito, you might not get transformed. That just might not happen. So it's a good thing I have that attack stat just to reference from my last video. But the fact that him at max potential is like 5... Now, Obviously, Strength Vegito's doing a lot more than just the attack stat. That's why he's like a way better unit. Oh, 6 million on the Dokkan attack, you say? Okay. Alright, Goten, 6 million. Oh, I probably shouldn't have hit the nodes. I didn't even mean to go that crazy. 6 million is pretty good. Now think in your head of the units that can hit 6 million attack stats consistently. Because I would say these guys, when you have the rotation set, 6.4, okay. 6.4 is pretty good too. This is just crazy. Think of the units that can just casually touch 6 million like this Goten and Trunks are doing. Think of those types of units, and the units that are going to come to mind are going to be very recent DOKKANFEST or like LR units. That's what you're going to be seeing. So, when you're talking about just these regular banner units putting up DOKKANFEST LR levels of stats, it's quite crazy, right? I'm just going to let this turn go without items. We'll look at the 18 attack here. We actually could like get hurt pretty bad here. Yeah, like this is going to sting. I think the rest of the rotation will be fine on normals though, and I don't think this is going to one-shot us here. Oh no, we're really good. I mean, Vegito's a good defensive unit, right? So we're good here. And then what's going to happen is Goten and Trunks' rotation should be able to survive. And then we can maybe transform this Vegito and get a turn with him in at the end to finish off the video. That's what I would like to do. We'll see. Alright, let's see 18's actual attack stat here. And this is like without additional support other than herself. And not really linked up well, right? Once Vegito's done doing these crits here that aren't, or these counters that are not critting, which is worthless. So there's 18 like just at about 3 million, right? Which is pretty insane. Alright, I apologize for the pop-up. So, like, I recorded the first video, I had Do Not Disturb on, and then I turned it off, and then the video failed to record, and I forgot to put Do Not Disturb on. So, look at that. So, this Vegito could transform, but I don't want to heal up yet. He definitely could get us killed in the last slot, but we'll see. Defensively, yeah. So, you can see Trunks, by not getting the stack last turn, his defense dropped quite a bit, but 187 is fine, and he has type disadvantage, or type advantage. And Goten here, I'm going to let Goten tank, even though he's type neutral. His defense is just so high. And Vegito at the end. Hopefully Vegito doesn't get supered, but I think we're okay regardless. Goten's probably going to eat the super and take like nothing. Okay, 5.1. Once again, very casual. 5 million, very free and easy, right? Even if Trunks gets supered, we're fine, because Trunks is going to get a stack in, and he's got type advantage. 4.4, and that's with, like, no stacks now, because he's missed some turns of attacking. So, that's pretty much like a bare bones Trunks. Alright. Vegito, even if we take a super, the other Vegito only took 150k, so I think we're fine here. And then we should get a transformation. We'll get a little sneak peek at a level 10 Link's Rainbowed Vegito here, with Krillin on rotation giving 30%. We should be low enough on health to transform. Yes. Okay. So let's transform with you. We'll heal up. Alright. Pretty nice animation, by the way, too. I'm really hoping to get this guy Rainbow during the 6-year anniversary. We'll see how my polls go. I will have poll videos up for that as well. Alright, so the super attack's coming right away. I think Vegito's okay. Yeah, we're fully healed. So, this is almost a 24 key super, but this worked out just like my last video. This is the exact same rotation I had. So I think he's going to be around, he's only at a 23 key here, but he's going to be around 5.75. And his counter crits are going to do a ton of damage, by the way. So we might finish off Goku here. It depends on if, the dodging, the counter crits, all that. Yeah, so there's 5.6, right? So 24 key was 5.75 in the same situation. So this is Vegito linked up. I think he's got 5 out of 7 links here. He's rainbowed level 10 links with a 30% support. And the Goten and Trunks were like hitting the same as this guy. They were in that range, right? The 5 mil to 6 mil range. And these are just regular banner units that are very easy to rainbow. So, absolutely insane. This is why Dokkan rewards you for playing for a long time, reward you. Like, you never want to Baba any unit. You keep all these banner units, even if they're bad at the moment, because at any time, Dokkan's going to snap their fingers and make them a god, right? The other thing that's awesome is that to Dokkan Awaken them, it doesn't cost you anything. It's like content. You play the game, you get the medals, you awaken them very easily, and then you have them. Which, this is the one thing I despise about Dragon Ball Legends, is the Zenkai Awakenings are not the same. You have to pay money to get the freaking tokens or get the medals on banners. And even when you do the free-to-play ones, you have to use so much energy, it costs money to replenish your energy. So Dokkan is just killing it on the free-to-play units, and also like just rewarding the player base for playing a long time. Look at this. He's touching 400k defense here, Goten is. Goten is not going to take anything. And I'm going to let Trunks eat the super attack if he gets it. The only way Trunks is going to eat a super attack here is if Goku decides to dodge both the attacks. So let's see what happens here, but we'll make this the final rotation. 5.79. And that's with 18. If it was Krillin, he would have been over 6 million there. So, needless to say, these guys are busted, right? So, if you guys have them and haven't EZA'd them yet, you need to EZA them, play with them on a team. They're literally LR level, DokkanFest level units. They are absolutely crazy. So, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you all in the next one.